Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler and welcome. This week's knot tutorial is going to be on this star knot, and at least that's what I'm calling it because it looks like a star. And we have a special treat this week. Amanda Rose Rambo from Vitruvianart is collaborating with me this week, and she is going to do an awesome gem tutorial for this star pattern and feature the knot on her channel. We'll also add a link to her video. So I'm really pumped up and excited about what we're doing this week. I can't wait to see what type of gem she's got for us. And so this knot work video is sort of tailored towards putting gems in our knots. If this isn't something you're interested in, you know, feel free to skip this or just go right to the knot part and ignore the rest. It's up to you. But all of you gem enthusiasts I know are going to love this. So welcome to Amanda's followers from Vitruvianart, and let's get started. All right, to begin with, we need to find our midpoint on the tile so that we can start. So the easiest way to do this is divide it in half two ways, either diagonally or up and down. I'm going to use, actually I'm going to do diagonally because I'm sure that I get that right, and the up and down one is sort of a guesstimate. And I will tell you, if you have a helix or a protractor, today's lesson will be easier for you. However, we've got a pretty simple method of doing things. So now we will probably need to erase at least one of these lines here in a minute, but this is how we find the midpoint or approximate midpoint on our tile. Okay, next step is to take your compass, place your point on the part where the pencil lines cross, and then extend it out to right below the edge of your tile, like so. And you know you're gonna fit on there all the way around. Okay, so then go ahead and make your first circle, like that. Then again, using the same midpoint, we're going to come in, decide now whether you want the middle, let's show you an example here. Here was one that I'm half finished with. If you'll see, the middle on this one is really small, and I've just started messing with the embellishments and things like that. On this one, we have a huge gem opportunity because I made the middle section a lot larger, and then you can do, you know, something in the mid-range if you wish. So it's entirely up to you how you set this up. And the way that you'll change that is by varying the width here in this step of your inner circle. So decide on how large you want that section. Whoa, I thought that was good. All right, try this again. Almost outsmarted myself. And now, do you want this to be the circumference of the smallest section, or do you want to put something smaller inside here? In this section, I want this to be my small section. And so I'm going to put a fairly wide band width on this. In the center point, and decide on my ribbon width, and then very carefully make my circle with the compass. So hopefully you can see this. This is what we have. Now, for the middle of this star is a hexagon shape. And hexagons can be tough to figure out on their own without a guideline. But in this instance, there is a little trick. If you divide the circle in sections of 60 degrees, then you will have the sections that you need to do this star. And you will have what you need for a hexagon. So the way this happens is we need to divide this area, this circle, with 60 degrees. Now, if you don't have a protractor, which would make this easy, or a helix, which would make it even more easy, Amanda told me that she didn't have any of those fancy implements. So we're going to do this the way that she does, which is this. You take your compass and go back out to the width that you have dialed up on the outer edge, okay? Now, from the midpoint, you want to make a mark straight up and straight down. Let's see if you can see that. So I made this mark up here, this mark down here, and we'll go across there. In fact, let's do that now. So across center court, I'm ready for my NBA game tonight. Across the middle here. There. And like that. Okay? Now, to find your 60 degrees, so you put your compass first, double check your width. You want the compass to be as wide as it is from the midpoint to the outer line, like this, okay? Then you will put your compass point, move it out here to this spot at where the line and the circle meet. Then you're going to take the point of your compass and just slightly draw over the line and turn it to the other side and do the same thing. So slightly make a little mark, little pencil mark right there over the line. Then you're going to take this down to your other point on the bottom and repeat that on both sides. First, double check that you've got your width right, and you do. So then put your point in there, slight mark on your circle there and on the other side. So you should now have one line across, and you should have 4 little marks on your outer circle on each side. Okay? Now you just need to take your straight edge and connect these lines, or these little marks. So here is one. Okay, and here is the other. And this is why we erased one of those dividing lines, because you put that in and then we've got some confusion going on. All right. Now we can draw our hexagon. Okay, so here in the middle where you have your little pie pieces, you want to draw a straight line from one point on the inner circle to the next point, and just make that a straight line. Okay, then turn your tile slightly and do it again, and turn and turn. Okay, that's my straight line, right? All right, and there you have your hexagon, which is perfect now. Okay, so what we're going to do is fairly simple. We are going to make a long wing shape between the top point and the bottom point along each of these lines. And to illustrate that, the wing shape from here to there, okay, and along each one of these 3 lines. So I'm going to show you how to do that and keep your sides even. So this outer circle here, okay, let me unclutter the lines here so that I don't get confused. All right, now, okay. So starting at the top of the line, you want to aim for the middle of this circle on this side, okay? And if you're lefty, flip it over and do it opposite. You're going to curve a line from the top of the line to the middle of the circle, like so. then shift it if you need to for your hand position, and finish with hopefully the same type of arc in it going around. Now, turn your tile upside down or 180 degrees and repeat this. Now, the reason I'm having you do that is because your lines will be more consistent if you're making the same type of motion with your hand along each one of these, as opposed to, see, now I'm getting creative, as opposed to just drawing them freehand. Got the wiggles right now, of course. At video time, we always have the wiggles. All right, so that's what you have after you've done one. And see, by aiming for the outer edge of this circle, you're able to make this a pretty consistent shape. All right, let's repeat on the other two lines. Same thing, start at this point, then you're gonna aim for right here. And then shift a little bit if you need to. Try to keep the motion of your hand almost exactly the same. And that way you will have more consistency with your lines and your curves. All right. Okay, now this is what we have. We have our star shape sketched in. Now let's do the knot. The first step is to pick a side, any side, start with this straight line here, and then we're going to follow this curved line up to this one and stop. So you want a consistent ribbon width here. Let me change pencils and keep my eraser on. Once you get to this line, stop and then turn around and erase the lines that you went over. Okay? Now, repeat this 6 times. Okay, here's our next side. Straight up. Follow this curve from this point on. Try for consistent ribbon width. And then erase the lines you went over. Okay, third side, straight line, follow the curve up, trying to keep your ribbon width consistent, erase what you went over, and turn. Now, this is what we have. We're almost done. Okay, now, this place where we just stopped at this line, all right, that's where we're going to start next. So we're going to take a line coming from this point where all of these 3 ribbons cross over each other. We're going to take that line here, it's going to match up to this line, and we're going to meet it up at the tip, again keeping in mind ribbon width consistency for all around, meaning you don't want to have this really skinny and this fat, or vice versa. Okay, erase the lines you went over and go to the top, turn your tile and repeat. Right here we want to match where this comes out, cross over, and erase up to the tip. Let's keep going. Here where the lines come together, sketch up to the tip, keeping your ribbon width in mind. Erase the lines you went over. Where the 3 come together, Okay, this is where we're at, and we have one small thing to do, and we're finished with this except for inking. All right, now start at the same place where these 3 ribbons cross over. Come with this line and join it at the tip on each of the sides, and we're done. Oops. Except you still want to keep your ribbon width in mind, so that you've got that consistent all the way around. Okay. A couple more. And there you have it. All that's left to do is ink, and I am going to let Amanda's video take care of that for me. I will see you guys next time, and I hope that you will like this series that Amanda and I have done, and let me know in comments if you want more of this, if you want something different, if you have designs that you'd like me to look into for you. I would love to do that. I will see you next time on the Tireless Tangler.